Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan. I gave my latest review on Shokin no Shojin Attack on Titan Chapter 71. We start off with the survey corps. They go into the training grounds for the 104th Cadet Corps that's being run by Keith Sherrod. Keith Sherrod, he was Aaron's teacher, taught him how to use the M gear, but there are certain secrets that we did not know that we did not know. For example, the first guy who's remember in Attack on Titan in the anime and the manga when those guys from the first Scout Division went outside and lost a man and the only thing they could brought back was an arm. From the anime and the manga, and they gave the arm to the woman and that's all that's left. And she said, "Did his sacrifice mean anything?" And he screamed, "His sacrifice meant nothing," like basically, and screamed out loud. That's him. I there are definitely secrets that I did not know that were like Hayate Isayama, he's just blasting us with secrets that we did not know existed, and lots of it that we did not have any clue. Like Attack on Titan is certainly stepping up its game. Like it's like getting ready for big reveals. Let's start off with this big reveal. Like for example, well, one big reveal is this. Yes, he was a soldier, obviously, but he was a member of the Survey Corps. Right, and we had to know in the origin how Grisha Jaeger meant Grisha Jaeger. Like who was Grisha Jaeger? Basically, he was found outside the walls, wandering alone, and had no memory of his previous life. All he knows his name was Grisha Jaeger. That's it. At first, he was in trouble for trespassing outside the walls without permission. Yeah, he trespassed out the walls without permission, and yet he had no memory of a life. All he knows is Christian. He had a doctor. Alright, so basically, he was an amnesia-based human, kind of like how Sid said. Remember what Sid said? That she was outside the walls for decades, for 60 years ago. Like basically, they were titans that had the ability were human that had the ability to transform into a titan. She always had this ability in her for a long time. I didn't awaken to till recently. Like one of the things, a problem about Titan power is the ability to scramble memories. I think at first Keith didn't understand Jaeger a little bit. Jaeger's trying to teach him. He's trying to teach Jaeger the way of the world, but Jaeger was always a little bit lighthearted. He was like Keith was Jaeger was always lighthearted. He always saw kind of the bright side of things. He even changed his perspective a little bit. So that was what Keith, even though Keith always followed the rules, a part of him had a sense of ambition and pride. Keith had that, while Grisha didn't. He was always a very nice man, and we also get to know that it wasn't for him. Grisha got to meet Aaron's mother, Carla. Remember, Aaron's mother's the reason her death is the reason that propelled Aaron to to pursue vengeance against Titans, and Grisha's motives as well. But there are certain things that still do not make a lot of sense. But I'll get to that in a minute. Hey, Grisha wanted power, himself wanted power, but Jaeger, he didn't. Only wanted to do was help people. He said he was a doctor, but and later he became a doctor himself. For example, there was a flu outbreak of some kind of disease. He's and Carla got sick, and and uh, and 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 Grisha cured Carla and her family basically she saved Carla's life from the illness. Some time passed. Grisha, Grisha, and Carla got closer, and eventually they married. This kind of hit Keith very hard. For example, Keith loved of Carla. That means he was in love with Aaron's mother before Aaron was even born, and their marriage hit him pretty hard, basically. Later, after some time, the commander of the Survey Corps at that time, before Keith, basically Keith was a Survey Corps commander. After his commander died at the hands of a Titan, then it was Aaron who became commander after that. Basically, chain of command. There was Keith's superior, then Keith himself, then finally Aaron. And even back then, Aaron was kind of what you call a brilliant strategist, working out strategies. But Keith didn't listen to them. Basically, he wanted to go straight for with a straight line. He wanted straightforward and go out with a straight line outside beyond what people expected. But he was sick and tired. Even though he was the leader now, he wanted power, but everything else to be respected, to be one of those special people. But he wasn't. Things got even more a little bit down for him even after that. For example, he saw after one of the raids of Titans at the walls, he saw Carla again, but she was holding a child. We all know who that child was. It was Aaron. Aaron, and that kind of motivated him a little more. I think into maybe even motivated his grandeur more into depression. I think because the woman he loved not only married a man he considered his friend, she also fathered a she also he also fathered a child with her. So basically, see, he became even more obsessed. He even became rude. Even when they talk, he even became rude to her, very badly. How rude? I'm not gonna give you the details, but but you get my opinion. Right? But that rudeness, he became even more depressed, basically involved because of what happened back then. It was hard for him, He was in love. He was basically he wanted to be special. He wanted to stand out in this world of high society, where the rich people, to look down on the bottom, for the bottom feeders, saying that the bottom feeders are not enough. Basically, his superiors looked down on him, saying that he wasn't special in the slightest. And basically, he wasn't one of the special people that didn't get he didn't give a damn about that. And when he became leader, it was his responsibility to handle and lead them. But in the end, he kind of failed them after several years on the job and led to more people dying than victory. And that led him to retirement and had Arwen take over because Arwen had a plan. Chris, Keith didn't listen. He shunned it aside. And aside, basically, he shunned it aside. And as a result, most of the person in Keith's unit died, while Arwen Smith's unit didn't suffer a single casualty. So basically, if he had listened to him, there would have been no problem. That's one of the prospects of the story. He lost comrade to comrade to comrade, and basically went into depression and sadness to the point where he retired and became a leader of the Survey Corps. But eh, then things got very awkward, bad. Things got very very bad. For example, there was the Titan Asian when Maria fell and Shigashina was being destroyed. There was the time where I met up with Grisha again and Aaron. Aaron told him everything that their mom was eaten by a titan. The look on Grisha's face and Keith's face, he felt sad because he never got to see Carl again, and also because he's not gonna apologize for how rude he was for her. He loved Aaron's mother, like basically kind of like a crush, but unrequited love. That, that's kind of sad, very sad, because he never got to tell her how he really felt. So basically, just like the story from his perspective, like basically. And then there was after they heard the news that Carla was dead, Krisha took Aaron into the forest and said these words to him: "You're going to take revenge, and to Aaron, you're going to take revenge for the things that killed your mother." And Keith said, "What? Hey, Grisha, what are you saying? He's just a boy. Can't you just take vengeance yourself?" Yes. He said, "Let me and stay out of it. He, he is different from you. From you. He is my son. He he is my he is one is going to avenge Mario. Please don't follow us." And then luring them into the forest, and him luring Aaron into the forest. Then he saw a bright light. That bright light was obviously the Titan transformation. And also see where Aaron killed and ate and killed Grisha for the Titan power, the memories. That was very bad. That was messed up. We went by this time. We know that Grisha already did what he did. I mean, he killed the Ross, he killed the Reyes family, okay, for their Titan power, and so he can give it to Eren, so he can use it to take back Walmart and to avenge the death of his wife. But there's still a lot of mystery we don't know about Grisha. I mean, he was found outside the walls in a. I mean, seriously, is he one of these mysterious Titan people? If he stole the royal family's blood, and we didn't know how he obtained the Titan power DNA in the first place. Okay, so we have no idea where he obtained this power. He obviously stole this power, from the Reyes family. So basically, you have to understand this is definitely leading it leads some more questions and answers, especially from the last chapter before this about the Gorilla Titan beating the hell out of Reina. They say they're not going to save Annie. They're going to wait for the Survey Corps. Does that mean that the Gorilla Titan knows Eren's father? I want to know who the Gorilla Titan is. It just leads to more questions than answers. You guys understand the way I feel, right? And also, we get to learn in the last bits of this chapter, Keith tried to keep Eren from getting his revenge. For example, remember his ODM gear in the camp messed up because it was broken. It was it wasn't broken by accident. It was on purpose. Keith tried to keep Eren from becoming a soldier because he loved Eren's mother, and she would be heartbroken in the fact that he served the Survey Corps for revenge, and just to get back at the very monsters that killed her. I mean, if Eren's mother was alive, she would never allow him to join the Survey Corps or soldier, the Scouts. Sorry if I'm seeming a little off. I'm just been spitting because of the way I'm talking. I'm spitting a lot. This is a lot of talking. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you. I'll put the link down in the description. Shokunin Shoshin, Attack on Titan. And also we get to see some brief images at the end of the chapter of Attack on Titan, the movie, some comment rights, the actors. There's some dates, especially with the way things are happening with the Attack on Titan movie having its own movie premiere going to come out coming out next month in Japan, and then it's going to be in Hollywood. I want to see Attack on Titan the movie. What do you? Hope you enjoyed this part. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Sullivan House. Giving me my review, Attack on Titan, Chapter 71. Bye. Definitely leaves you hanging with what the hell's going to happen next with the truth.